WIT PM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
It's official West Suburbs and Chicagoland area. The Naperville Soul Fest is back, featuring a live performance by Avery Sunshine and Carl Thomas on Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul, Selena Johnson, and Riis. On stage Saturday, June 4th at Naper Settlement, located at 523 South Weber Street in downtown Naperville. If you missed the last Naperville Soul Fest, you don't want to miss this one. Get your discounted tickets on Eventbrite or visit napervillesoulfest.com for more event details. For vendor opportunities with access to over 7,000 attendees, text 630-202-6431. That's 630-202-6431. Spend your first weekend in June at the Naperville Soul Fest with Avery Sunshine Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul on Saturday, June 4th. Check out napervillesoulfest.com for more information.
I love being black. Do you love being black? Yeah, I love being black. Hey. I do this for my people all across the globe. Hey, spring. The skin of men fit me fine, tailor-made, yeah, I'm comfortable. And so it seems I'm still chasing my dreams. They told me, watch my steps, they want to pull the rug from under you. This is transparency, my life 3D. You live every word that I utter, reporting live from the gutter. Where the mind's hard to change, but we don't give up on our brothers and sisters. Cause we all need one another. The time's getting closer, revolution, feel it coming. I can smell it in the air. Inhale it, let it embody you. Because chances are the cops for you over, they body you. Plus we don't trust each other, so it's just another obstacle. Why? Jump hurt, so make a change, it ain't optional. Olympian mindset in this booth with my binoculars. I see my vision getting clear, just as what a prophet came. I'm used to touch the people's soul, black power gospel tunes. So many styles, watch me kick them like they soccer moves. Falling rank and file, this is my platoon. Soldiers at attention, ain't no Willie lynching. This the program, who they think they kidding? Reinvent the system, total reconstruction of our mental stigma. This ain't a game, boy. Still they think I'm talking about Nintendos, that's a shame, boy. Augment reality, better fix your brain, boy. I love my people, hope they love me black. I'm going hard and ain't no holding back. Watch me react, I put my fist up in the skies like the beacon for believers that one day we return to a black. Say it loud, man, I love being black. One more time, I love being black. Well, how about you done seen these tunes too? Customize for you a little something you can groove to. Feeling good about yourself, melanated mood muse. Always service humble pie, we don't care about who's who. Like brown or dark skin, this right here's for you too. We are the gods of the earth, living proof truth. Say it loud if you black and proud, I salute you and that's a fact. Where you at? Let me hear you say it back. I love being black. We turning up, I love being black. Say it loud, man, I love being black. One more time, I love being black. Super melanation, renovation of our databases. Gotta fix the trinity to make it past the matrix. There's a rabbit in the hole. No decision, you gon' chase it or just shut up for complacency. Here's your motivation. Black power in your veins. Up to us to build a nation. European mental detox completely we erase it. Cause you can't keep fighting over old information. Probably bring it right back if you love being black. I love being black. We turn it up. I love being black. Say it loud, man. I love being black. One more time. I love being black. I do this for my people all across the map. Even for the ones who don't identify with being black. Hebrews the best elixir. Go ahead and try your best. It's truth serum, I let loose spirits. The ancestors speak to me, I spit the truth. Hear it. You broken souls here to re-engineer them so that they fearless. This precious atmospheric as the hell is spinning. Trying to strategize a way so we can start winning. It begins with pride of yourself. Embracing this feeling. Say no new friends. That's what happened to the village. Too much individualism. It's easier to pillage. I'm just making this appearance for coherence. So you can understand what we up against. Hit the reset button, switch covenants. It's my contract to the people that I'm publishing. It's a new era, hood to hood, build a power, and I'm loving it. Turn up, neck turn up, strapped with the black burner. Murder, murder, you sleeping and I shoot up your server. Corrupt the service after 5 minutes, time to purge them. We waking up and that's what got them nervous. I love being black, we turning up. I love being black. Say it loud, man, I love being black. One more time, I love being black.
WIT-PM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
Why?
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fed time. Enough to seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. It's the last one on a Friday. It is Friday, May 13th. And this is officially the last Maze Jackson show in the morning. And boy, what a way to go out. It's going down, y'all. It is going down. It has been cracking. I thought I was going to talk about a lot more different things today. I thought we was going to be changing this up. And I'm going to save a big chunk of the show for a little bit later. I want you to call in. So all my sinners, you up here today, I'm gonna be looking for y'all to be calling in at the 8 o'clock hour because I want to know your favorite Maze Jackson Show morning. We're going to go all the way back, though. So you can go all the way back. Everybody's welcome. We don't go back to the first time, November, what was it, of 2017? When I first started doing the morning show back at the other station. Remember, I was on for a week with my man, Matt McGill. Then after a week, he was like, bust this. And I was the morning show host. Man. And I remember, then it was me and Charles Thomas, former the host from ABC 7, and we did the morning shows together. He got paid more than me, too, even though I sat in the lead chair. And it was funny because I remember when we first negotiated the deal at WVON, the big thing I wanted to do was I said, you remember how in Tina Turner she was like, I just want my name. You can keep everything, I just want my name. I remember being in the negotiations with the president, and I said, look, y'all can have all of it. I just want my social media. I just want to be able to control my social media. And so that is where the Lion's Den was born. Man, the Lion's Den ran off one of my hosts. Y'all ran. Man, I remember when we were talking about the hurricanes in Puerto Rico. Man, the sisters, then it was Kanika Jenkins. Woo, they ran them off the show. But we made a name for ourselves. That's when we came up with the Afrostocracy. We invented Queen Sugar. That was during the world famous Kwame Raoul incident. We had some really good times on the morning show. Then, remember, Ty became my co-host? And then me and Ty took it to another level. Then we moved. Then we got a new mayor. Man, I've been with you through the Laquan McDonald, then the Rahm Emanuel. Then we got a new mayor doing our thing until the riots, till the uprisings came. Let the bridges up, turn the Latino community organizations against us at that moment. It's documented. I'm just telling you what they had on the news. Led us to moving here. Riis, I was broadcasting in that room where you are, and Sonia Escobar was out here standing on crates looking in there. Ruthie called. I remember saying I was gonna leave, and Vince Bass was like, "Well, you can't just leave. You can't just go off the radio." So we went to WBGX, bought the airtime, and within a month we was back. Man, we tried to build a whole, man, it was right after that, man, almost 2 years ago, we had a full network, 12 hours a day of programming. bunch of different shows every day, people coming in, coming out, because, you know, Reese, one of my blessings is I always want, if I feel like if I'm up on something, I want to put other people up on it. So we started What's in It for the Black People Media, which, I don't know, it didn't end so well, but I do think, it is part of, it will be looked at years from now as probably part of, if we have a social digital revolution on there, will be probably one of them things where, like if they do a 50 years ago, or music jukebox thing, they'll be like, it was one time, it was this one dude, but his attitude was so bad. But I think, and then, we found WHW, we found Chris the Critic, we found, we didn't find, they was doing their thing. Church Chicago, New Era Chicago, right? We did some of everybody, man. Let me stop. Look, the Bigs, we had Herb 2. We had, Herb 2, I said what I said. We had Mike Brown, Lil Ron, Dawn. It was a big old thing, I tried to make Death Row. But you know how I go. Everybody, sometimes the visions don't align, but I cannot say that we did not try and put our foot down and make it. And now, Reese, and then I remember when I just said it's too much. It's too much, right? And I just said I built the studio initially for myself. And I said, I'm going to go on back to that just so I don't want to, I felt like I was starting to create challenges. So I boiled it on back down to the morning show. But recently, I went on vacation. I took a week off, and when I had to get back up the next time, I was like, man, this 4 o'clock a.m. every day, it's a lot. So, Reese, we decided to make the switch. And so starting on Monday, we will be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Brother Anthony, I watched that movie. When I first got the job at the morning show, I watched the show about Petey Green. I can't remember what it was with Don Cheadle. I can't remember the name of the show. But I definitely watched that. I never got my talk show. But it's all good.
Somebody said, what about parenting in the pandemic?
Oh, wait a minute. Mind your black-owned business and parenting in the pandemic. First of all, that minding your black-owned business might make its own comeback. I mean, you still are broadcasting from her office. So, at any moment, she could just be like, I be laughing because it'd be like people be all up in the office, and like Tennille will come here, and they be I'd be like, you do realize that this is her. Like, it'd be funny because people be looking at her, and she be looking like, everybody can get up out of here. And I really do kind of, it's funny.
Yeah, like when she come in, like I look around, like she be looking like I could throw all you.
Right, but it'd be funny because people be looking at her like, who are you? What you doing here? Like I'm part of you be like, you're sitting in my office. Thank you very much. But it's okay because she is such a good sport. But I do be looking at people like sometimes, man, but it's okay. Y'all, but I got a lot happening. I don't know. We going. So yesterday, a lot was going. Well, for the last 3 days, a lot has been going on. The cat's out the bag. They tried to label the show as anti-Semitic. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit later on today. I'm going to run through the headlines. It's in the paper today. But I also want you all to check out Cap Facts today as well, because hey, Reese, I'm going to say that Cap Facts is like the White Lion's Den. And the thing is, they get to talk they get to talk anonymously. So everybody can make that comment. So I just want you all to kind of see, I'm going to walk you through this process of what has been happening. I don't know if y'all know I've been off my square a little bit the last couple of days because a lot has been going on. For those of you that are on 18, Saturday. Yeah. Saturday, we're gonna need you all to be after you do your thing, and I'm going to also refrain from. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all the whole story, but I guess I'm gonna wait till 6:30 to do it. So I'm gonna break everything on down. But if you check out the stories, in the paper and some of the conversations, as a leader, sometimes you have to do what's best for the team. And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he said, we were talking about the difference between being an individual and being responsible for the lives of other people. And as a leader, you have to make decisions not just for yourself individually, but for the betterment of everybody. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about it at 6:30, and I guess I'm gonna just, I guess my thing in the space has always been to tell y'all the truth. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I'm gonna tell you my truth. I have always tried to be honest. And that won't change. It's clear that by some of my learnings, I have to figure out a better way to communicate it. But I do want you all to know that I will always do, in my opinion, what is in the best interest of us all. So I'm gonna break it all the way down. Yeah, I'm gonna break it down a little bit later. So we're gonna talk about that, but in the meantime, we're gonna wait till the Saints get here. But I'm gonna tell you can either look. I really need, so I break down stories in the paper every day. I need for you to check out the stories that are in the paper, and then we're going to have some sources that I want to refer you to, because I have learned a lot over the last couple of days. But I also I'm gonna break all this down at 6:30 after we come back from our 6:30 break. This is what I want to do. I'm gonna say what's up to everybody. This is the Mace Jackson Show. It's our last Friday, man. I'm not gonna do this from a sad space. I'm gonna do it from a space of information and letting you know, and know that I will always walk with my head up. But I do want you all to read what is going on. Story there's an editorial in the Sun-Times. There is a story in the Tribune. I'm sure there'll be something in Political this morning. And then I want you to also check out Cap Facts. But not only do I want you to check out Cap Facts, I want you to check out the comments of Cap Facts. And I was like, I think how I have often I've often likened the Mace Jackson Show to sitting in the living room of a black family, and people just feeling free to talk about whatever they want to talk about without fear of repercussions. But what I have recognized is that is not what we actually are. Like when you're in this room in these four walls, and I'm talking to Riis or I'm talking to Ruthie, you could be just having a conversation, but it's literally having a conversation with the world and left up to the interpretation of the world. And I must tell you that I never want to be perceived as hateful, anti-Semitic. I would never want the work that we have put in politically to be perceived as that of a hate group. And I would never want this to be considered a platform for hate. So it's a lot you got to learn in this process. But I am going to tell you where I kind of slipped up. And it's like, what you'll never see is me not take the consequences for my actions. Right? Got to pay the price. You got to pay the price. So I'm going to pay the price. But look, it's the Maze Jackson. Hey, man. And be cool, homie. Be cool, sir. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host. Let me say what's up. But you know what I forgot? I forgot to say what's up to DJ Riis. DJ Riis, it's our last show, man, in the morning. How you feeling, man? What's up, man? You been getting up a little. You must have got you some sleep because you was here early 2 days in a row. You got here at 6:45, 6:50.
I was here. Actually, I told you I was here a little earlier. I got out the car. I was like, it was feeling so good yesterday. Today feel good too. I like the good sun, man. The sun make you move a little different. You're waking up. You're going outside. The birds are already chirping. It's already light outside. It's feeling good. No jacket, no coat. Man, so yeah, I'm feeling blessed by the best. It's the last one. I got so used to waking up in the morning time, so I'm gonna see. But yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm looking forward to Monday not getting up at 4 a.m. I really am, and I'm looking forward to now being able to go outside and do some things and not be looking at the clock like, oh my God, it's 5 o'clock. I gotta get home because I'm going. I could tell I've been ready to get up out of here because I've been putting my clothes in the bathroom a lot later every day. Like I used to come home and be like, all right, let me put some clothes in the bathroom so I could be ready to go in the morning. Now I be half asleep putting clothes together. But okay, look y'all, it's Maze Riis on our last day. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. When we come back, let's welcome the Saints, and then I'm gonna tell you everything that's going on. It is the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP Media's just for you and me.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show, and I don't know if you've heard the news, but we're moving to the afternoons.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's right. After 5 years of doing the mornings, we're moving to 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So don't worry. We're still going to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said. It's the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss it.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:34 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area traffic and weather report. As we head over to the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop, it's 24 minutes, 18 minutes outbound to O'Hare. On the Edens from Deerfield to the Exchange will be 30 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield, 27. Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 38 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 28. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan is 1 hour, 30 minutes outbound. The Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 37 minutes, 26 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 21 minutes to the Loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive South, 55th to Jackson and back will be 7 minutes, 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 72 and sunny. Today will be a high of 82 and a low of 68. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Friday on our last Friday of the May Jackson Morning Show.
Dark out to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, the dark out to the grave, from the grave. Back to glory. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. To the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. And it is the last Maze Jackson Show at 6 in the morning. Now, if you are one of the Saints and you tune at 6:30, look, y'all, we got to get this thing worked out with WBGX because we moving from 3 to 6. So to all the Saints that tune in to us in the mornings, I want to say thank y'all, man. And I'm at 7:30, I'm gonna open up the phone lines. I want to hear from the Saints. I want to hear from everybody that calls in. If y'all want us to stay on the radio, I'm gonna need y'all to call in today, right? Like, and you can call in all day. I'm gonna let y'all talk, whatever. But I am grateful to every person that has joined us on this journey. But y'all, after 5 years of getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's just, I can't do it. I need to, and I just feel like just an example of what is going on right now is one of the reasons why I just can't be doing the 5 o'clock in the morning, because I don't have time to think sometimes. And whatever is on my mind, you get the best, and that's not the best, you get the raw, and that's not always the best thing to do, as I have learned this week. Y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I want to thank all the sinners who join us every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9. Now, the Saints, they check us out on WBGX 1570 AM every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 on WBGX. You can give us a call, 872-259-7474. Now, if you are one of the sinners, then you catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9. But you're going to be moving to 3 to 6. Same platforms, though. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Man, somebody told... Anyway. So, thank you to the Saints. Saints, I want y'all to give us a call, 872-259-74. Sinners, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm gonna run through quick headlines and then I'm gonna get into the business of the day. You all saw Cam Buckner announced for mayor yesterday. Cam Buckner, former defensive end, all city, then went to work in Washington, D.C., then helped with the rebuild of Katrina. State representative also, Cubs, Chicago State. He is running for mayor. Shout out to Cam Buckner. Riis, did you see? I know you're a Maniac Latin disciple, but did you see that? What happened with the foes yesterday? Like the see, but y'all see when they say when they say foes, this is what I think of. Folk on the hustlers. Y'all be like like everybody. Like when I used to hear the shorties be like, yo, on phone, I'll be like, dang, the folk on the hustlers done got Universal. But that, like, and then, like, so, but phone them don't mean folk on the hustle no more.
Yes,
yeah,
no, but it really
it
don't.
depends
It
on
really
where you.
Yeah, but it really don't. You know what I'm saying? Phone them actually is kind of like the ops too. You know, because that's what like an enemy is. Like
Or a foe.
Yeah.
Okay, not like foe.
Yeah, exactly. On
So
phone them.
on phone them,
Yeah,
like
on the ops.
FOE.
Right on the ops. Yeah.
Not for them.
Nah, not.
Okay, so I've got my Ebonics incorrect. On faux them grave. Oh, well, the 10 four-corner hustlers were arrested federally, and then they said 26 more on state charges. Running there.
People up, ain't they right now?
Hey, bro, this is that investigation that, remember when I said the feds? Okay, I'm going to stop. But what was crazy was these was all old dudes. Like, this wasn't shorties. These was old dudes. Actually, I know, but I'm going to stop. I'm going to leave it alone right there. And then did you see Illinois' only true HBCU is closing? Lincoln College. I know a lot of people who went to Lincoln College. But apparently it's closing. They got, you know what put them over the edge? They got hacked. And somebody ransomwared them. And they had to spend the money to get the student records. And bam. Wiped them out. Now they not coming back. They $50 million in the hole. That's crazy, man.
That is.
That's like crazy. Okay. The threat of anti-Semitism. So let me begin this by saying that, again, the Maze Jackson show was the genesis of it in these conversations was my Facebook page, where I just used to talk about whatever was happening, and like if you was racist, whoever you was, you could offer your opinion. And I wouldn't let people be like, you're stupid, da 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 da. I just like, you could say whatever you want, you just gotta say it respectfully. Like, you can't be like, you ninjas. And maybe. And then it became the social media question of the day on WVON on Thursdays with Matt McGill. And every Thursday I would come in and I would ask the social media question of the day, and we would get it cracking and people would call. And then it evolved into me doing fill-ins, then eventually becoming the host of the morning show. And throughout it all, I think we've always tried to position ourselves as doing colorful Chicago. Like representing Chicago and all of its factions of people, understanding that we're the most segregated city in the state, in the country. And that, I think in my political travels, I have seen people in their natural state. And I think a lot of times, probably what has happened is I have gotten so comfortable, one, with the people that I know, of being free to be us, like celebrating our differences, that it went to the green team and, me talking about things, and really in the process of trying to get people to be able to say black without feeling like, oh my God, I can't say black, like what. it evolved into really just say it. Just say it. But sometimes when people who don't know you truly, and I got to be honest, right? When we know we got 500, 600 people, shoot, even 100, I don't know all of the people. And I don't know that people know the difference between satire. I think I talk about everybody. But what I have come to recognize is that you just can't do that. And I think I've taken some level of pride in not being politically correct. Calling it like I see it for everybody. So I'm going to start there and say that has been the Maze Jackson show. You can love us or you can hate us, and I was very unapologetic about that. Then there's the layer that members of my family, who I will refrain from referring to on this show anymore, have to pay the consequences of some of the things that I might say. Now, ideally, in a world, we would hope that my family member who is a chemist, right, talented person would not be held to my comments, but that's not real world. And I think from the beginning of the game, the key was going to be to try and set me off, to be able to utilize me against the campaign. And I knew this, right? I knew this. And so my job is to not allow myself to get in front of the campaign. And I did that because I have a platform every morning, and after being, I'll be honest with you, after the BGA article, and not really because of the article, but because they called me a felon, which was really I lost my, you know how you say you lost I lost it. And that led to the ninjaization of Maze show. Now, every day I teach y'all politics, right? I teach you politics every day, and I knew the rules of the game, and I jumped off the porch and engaged. And not only did I jump off the porch and engage, I jumped off the porch and engaged carrying my family member's banner with me. Now, if you notice, I have been very not, you don't see commercials, you don't see very much anything. But even the sticker was a point of leverage that I didn't think about. So that's the first mistake. Allowing my emotions to get ahead of the goal. Additionally, I think I've become so comfortable in talking I allowed my temper to get ahead of my brain. Now, I'll be honest with you. Let me back up. So I take responsibility. I am the owner of the show. I take full responsibility, and I apologize to the Jewish community, and I'm going to read all of it to you. But let me let you know what happened. Let me read to you the letter that was sent that I received. And then I'm going to share with you the rest of the process. But hold on one second. Give me 1 minute. I apologize. Pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Dang, I don't know what. Hold on. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to read to you a letter that was sent. Dear Commissioner, as Jewish leaders, we write to raise alarm about the anti-Semitic rhetoric being advanced by your spouse, Mays Jackson. Oh, this isn't the, wait. Right. As Jewish leaders, we write to raise alarm about anti-Semitic rhetoric being advanced by your spouse, Mays Jackson, a radio personality and podcaster with a YouTube channel. As you know, Jackson has served as a leading surrogate for your campaign, including speaking about it extensively on his show and commenting on the record in a recent Tribune article about race. As you may also know, the past year has seen a record upsurge in the amount of documented anti-Semitic incidents, and increased by 34% in 2021 over any previous year, according to the Anti-Defamation League. These incidents range from vandalism and hate speech to threats and violent attacks. Obviously, this increase in attacks is deeply disturbing and terrifying for our community. Amidst this surge, Mr. Jackson has allowed his show to be used as a platform from which attacks on the Jewish community have been launched. These attacks have been targeted at Jews in general, as well as several Jewish individuals and a major Jewish civic organization, all of them active in working for more affordable housing in the city. On April 13th of this year, Mr. Jackson referred to his show to an unnamed Jewish organization which he alleges controls the affordable housing activities, activists who are part of the Chicago Housing Initiative. CHI is a broad coalition of community organizations and agencies working to expand the supply of affordable housing units across the city. SHI is not run by a Jewish organization, although the Vulnerable Jewish Council on Urban Affairs is an active and committed participant. This is a classic dog whistle calling forth the long-time worn trope that Jews control social institutions behind the scenes. Mr. Jackson leads credence to the conspiracy theory in which Jews manipulate these advocacy organizations in order to undermine the black community. His show's call-in segments include vicious, irrational rants filled with accusations against Jews, none of which he squelches, challenges, disputes, or even interrupts. Mr. Jackson provides a public platform for virulent anti-Semites, and it is dangerous. What has prompted Jackson's attack on Jews and affordable housing movement? Apparently, an incident report by the Better Government Association laying out the relationship between property developer group and Mr. Jackson himself, so infuriating Jackson to cause him to lash out. Commissioner, this is, as an elected public official, we urge you to live up to your obligation to publicly repudiate the hate-filled rants and accusations leveled by your spouse and top campaign surrogate on the airwaves, and to show some leadership in uniting rather than dividing those who are working for the betterment of our country and its distressed communities. As a candidate for a post with a huge public responsibility, we urge you to display both moral and high ethical standards. As Jewish leaders, we cannot be silent when any among us come under this sort of nefarious, dangerous attack. We ask that you reject Mr. Jackson's hateful behavior and set an example for standing up for all those attacked for race, religion, and or gender. And it was signed by the members of the Jewish caucus. So you can imagine, after hearing that, and I'm going to ask y'all to do me a solid, right? Like, check this out. We have officially entered into a place, and I'm going to ask you to manage your language. I'm going to ask you to not allow us to be perceived as a virulent platform from which hate can be launched. Guys, I've never thought of myself that way. I gotta be honest. I feel like the Maze Jackson show's whole point has been to that's why when y'all be like, hang up on Jim from Elgin. I don't hang up on Jim from Elgin. He don't call no more, but I do understand how it could be hurtful and the pain that it could cause the Jewish community. So I apologize wholeheartedly. And I am even more apologetic to my wife, who is forced to answer questions about what is being said on my show. And I want you to also understand, and so I want you also go into the Lion's Den, because in the Lion's Den, they actually take the show, break it down, and do date and time stamps. And so I had a decision to make. A decision to make as a leader, because I could not imagine that What's in It for the Black People, or BP1, could be categorized as a hate group. Did you hear me? Man. So I feel like that's a tremendous charge. But it's also a tremendous charge to hang around my neck, not just my neck, but all of the people that are involved here's neck, and my family. So I felt the need to apologize. Lot of different things presented, and I'm gonna take this whooping. So I drafted an apology that said, I take full responsibility for the words I have said and that were said by others on my show. I recognize that they were wrong and I sincerely apologize for the pain they have caused the Jewish community. As many people know, I am a vociferous advocate for the black community and fight daily against the negative stereotypes and associations assigned to black people. To have my show, a show I created to be a venue for open discussion without hate or discrimination, cause others to feel stereotyped is extremely disheartening, especially considering the important role Jewish people have played in my personal development and journey, including my godfather, who spent time discussing these serious issues with me. I understand that the Jewish community has faced many of the same hardships of the black community, and we should work together to address those common hardships. Over the coming weeks, I will be meeting with leaders of the Jewish community to apologize for the words stated on my show, but more importantly, I commit to working with Jewish leaders to build stronger relationships and find solutions on ways our community can rebuild what was once seen as an unbreakable bond. Again, I want to emphasize that the Mays Jackson Show on What's in It for the Black People media is meant to encourage open and inclusive conversations to promote understanding and discourage hate. I apologize for any content over the course of my show that would go against the mission. I have spoken to my staff of my show, and we all pledge to do better. It's my official statement. I want to read to you today's Chicago Sun-Times. Did I lose my? But I must help you understand that I could never have imagined the Mays Jackson Show being considered a platform for hate. And I think you must understand that what comes with that designation. It's important that you understand that designation. Because to be labeled as a hate group or a hate-based organization is nothing that I'm even prepared for. I'm going to read from today's Chicago Sun-Times. Anti-Semitism, as lawmakers say in letter, has no place in public discourse. And then on the front of the picture, they show Mays Jackson, Tyrone Muhammad, Mark Carter, on the day that we held a rally for the office of Black Americans. Everyone, this is from the Sun-Times editorial board, everyone, particularly in these times of discord, should treat others fairly and with respect. So-called influencers especially should strive to do so. We say this after 11 state lawmakers wrote a letter this week to Carrie Steele, president of the Metropolitan Water District, asking her to repudiate remarks by her husband, Mays Jackson. The letter writers called the remarks hate-filled rants and accusations, some of which were anti-Semitic. Jackson is a podcaster who has a YouTube channel and a former WBGX and WVON AM host. He has a real estate lobbying firm, that's a lie, the Intelligence Group. Steele is running for Cook County Assessor. The lawmaker's letter cites an April 13th incident in which Jackson referred on his show to a Jewish organization that he alleged controls the affordable housing activists who are part of the Chicago Housing Initiative, a coalition of groups working to expand the affordable housing. Jackson also did not correct his co-host, DJ Riis, when Riis said, "I'm not voting for JB. He's a Jew. He don't know anything." In addition, Jackson, according to the letter, targeted media strategist Joanna Klonsky, claiming that she was behind the Better Government Association report that he was paid $417,500 to lobby his longtime friend and ally, Alderman Walter Burnett, who eventually changed his position to favor Jackson's client. On his program, Jackson held up Klonsky's photo and said, "So as you know, they quick to exploit us. They quick to exploit us." On Thursday, Jackson said in part, "I take full responsibility for the words that I have said and that were said by others on my show. I recognize that they were wrong, and I sincerely apologize for the pain they have caused the Jewish community." Also on Thursday, Steele said, "I unequivocally reject any hateful rhetoric and apologize for the comments made on my husband's show and the hurt they caused the Jewish community. As a woman of faith, I believe we must respect everyone's religion and faith." Those were welcome words. Chicago has a lot of important issues to debate, but please, all of us, let's do so without casting hurtful and unnecessary aspirations. People have been texting me saying all types of things. I would tell you that there were a variety of options that were presented. And after realizing the hurt and pain that it would cause people, I'm responsible for people's jobs. I'm responsible for people's. Sometimes as leaders, you have to make the decisions and you have to be open to understanding different perspectives. I want you to give us a call, 872-259-7474. I never wanted the Maze Jackson Show to be considered I've never, ever thought of myself as a hate speech person. But then I want to go to, what I want you to do is I want you to go to Cap Facts. And I want you to look at the story on Capital Facts. But I really want to do is, because a little bit later we're going to read the comments. Because I want you to be able to hear and read what people think about us. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Again, I apologize to the Jewish community, wholeheartedly, full-throatedly. I never, ever thought that we as black folks I would think that I thought that there was an identification. I have learned a lot. But also, sometimes you got to walk the path. I feel like, did you see Game of Thrones? Like I don't even know. Am I able to talk like all the black people? Anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. It's the last show. And I want to talk to you. Why are you looking at me like that? We're gonna go take a quick break after these messages. We'll be right back.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIT
Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. You hear me every single day ask the question, what's in it for the black people? Well, finally, y'all, we've got an answer, and it's called the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth, Unit 17E. That's in the mall at the 55th and the Dan Ryan. And you join us every Saturday where we are taking our politics black. We'll teach you everything you need to know about the game, from how to collect a petition, to how to knock on a door, to even how to become the next mayor of the city of Chicago. That's right, y'all. It is the Black People First Party. Meet us every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at TP, located at 5401 South Wentworth in the mall at 55th and the Dan Ryan. And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said. This is a black people thing you wouldn't even understand.
Maze Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show. And I don't know if you've heard the news, but we're moving to the afternoons.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's right. After 5 years of doing the mornings, we're moving to 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So don't worry. We're still going to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss it. Yeah. Ruthie Mo. Riis the ruler. Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments. Ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha. Look, and check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Tell them to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell them to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Back, put this country together and gave him hella aid. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They pay the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on, was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment, ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it ha. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them ha. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it ha. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Maze Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis, and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed to solve.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. It's the last one. And I'm gonna tell you, I did not expect to be going out today like this either. It's funny. I'm watching some of the comments, and you know, some people say the no apologies hits different now. I think I think that I am smarter and have a better vocabulary, can find a better way to communicate my thoughts. Let me start there. And it's like, it's always so for the black people first people, 3 o'clock, we're gonna discuss this. The who, what, where, why, who will be participating. And I just need for some of y'all to think 6 figures is enough to, we ain't talking about this wasn't a six-figure situation. This is a no platform situation. So we got a lot to talk about and a lot to do. But in the meantime, I do think that it's important that we recognize the stakes that we're playing for. If you go to the Lion's Den, you can see the excerpts. None of the excerpts are. Anyway, if you go to the Lion's Den, you can see the excerpts. And all I could say to myself is, Maze, you gave him this. Like, you gave him it. Like, you knew better. Maybe it was your ego. Maybe it was maybe you think you're smarter than everybody. But you knew that they want you to jump off the porch. And you jumped off the porch. And boy, did you jump. But let me also be clear. You need to. Sometimes leaders don't make decisions for themselves. They make decisions for the people they are with. I don't think that. I think you have to know, and this is part of what as I take this journey, what I want to understand. You know, every time I have to take the journey, you know, I tell y'all what's on the road, what's on the path. And so I'm going to take this journey. But I thought it was important that as I do, that you get a sense of what they say about me, us, our movement. So yesterday, you know that the Capital Facts is the insider playbook, and they've documented all of this. But I thought it was important that we go to the comments, and I want to read them to you. And it's like mean tweets. But before we do that, I'm gonna open up the live line. Call you on the Mace Jackson Show. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, Mace.
Good morning. It sounds like morning.
First of all, I would like to say my opinion does not represent Mace Jackson or the Mace Jackson Show. I want to get that out of the way.
Please do me a solid.
Man, brother.
Do me a solid. Do me one solid.
Go ahead.
In your communication, please
Mm-hmm.
understand that right now, remember how we used to have drums back in the day? Please, please.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
I understand, brother. I understand. I definitely understand. But what I want to say is, Maze, keep your head up, brother, because I had a feeling this was going to happen, not because of anything malicious from you, not because of you or this show spewing hate or, promoting hate. When you're dealing with truth in a society that's filled with falsehood, this is what you run into. When you inspire and wake the dead or the ignorance that who've been manipulated by the powers that be or other forces, this is what happens. Truth gonna always prevail, but yet still it's gonna run into its obstacles. It's gonna run into situations like this because it's true. But I understand. I understand your situation. I understand what you have to endure because of your situation. But you have inspired. You have woken a lot of people, and I think that was what spawned this attack towards you, because it's like waking the dead. Whatever your heart desires for you to do from this point, you have, whether you know it or not, you have inspired, you have created an army, not because of hate, not because of you disliking other groups. No, it was because of your love for Black people and your willingness to tell Black people the truth. So, brother, this is James, man. I hope it's not the last, and I hope your truth is not filtered out or shut down, because, like I said, it's needed. I know a man that has endured this these very attacks because it was the same reason, truth. So don't think what you have done for us, man, will go in vain, because you have already planted the seeds. Regardless of whatever happens today, they can shut you up today, but the truth that you already, it's out there now. So, brother, I want to thank you. I hope this ain't the last I have heard from you, and wherever.
Oh no, bro. Hold on, James. So don't give me no eulogy, because I'm not gone.
Okay.
And Monday,
okay.
we back. We just on Mondays from 3 to 6.
Okay.
We ain't gone.
Okay.
We just leaving today.
But
and let me say this. What I have to do is figure out a much better way to communicate the things that need to be communicated in truth.
Correct. But okay, I get it. But bro, like I said, when you waking the dead, this is what you're gonna deal with. Because a lot of people don't want us woke, bro. They don't want us to know the truth. So when someone like yourself step in the forefront, you're gonna have this. So you just, like you said, you just gotta reinvent yourself and find a better way to put that truth out there. Which I don't think anything you said was hate-filled or whatever labels they trying to put upon you. But that's what they do. That's how they begin to bring someone down, is they start labeling them. But like I said, brother, just reinvent yourself. Like I said, you already planted the seeds. You got your soldiers, man.
Thank you.
And just keep your head up, bro. And I'm a supporter. I'm a supporter for life, bro. As long as you out here in the wilderness with that voice, you got my support, brother.
I appreciate you, James. Thank you, man. I appreciate your calls. Let me read. You know how they do mean tweets? So I'm going to read to you. And I want y'all to join Capital Facts, right? Because I feel like people have joined the Lion's Den and they get to comment on us, on our conversations, and I think we should join in their conversations. Let me read to you. What was there? I figured he was going to be her biggest liability. Just didn't know how much of one. Now all these comments are anonymous. So in the White Lions den, you don't have to say your name, so you can say whatever. He is just too much. His anti-Semitism is completely unacceptable, but it's interesting to watch liberals try to tarnish an accomplished woman of color with the words, actions of her spouse. Wow, and as for tarnishing her, give me a break. She's using him for her own gain. Now it's her huge loss. Oh, wait a minute. Interesting to see how much oxygen this race gets. Mays is also the same guy who loved Ken Duncan and Bruce Rauner. Obviously, absolutely loved them both. Don't expect anything to change, legislators. You may as well talk to the wall. As the venerable... Oh, hold on. Mays Jackson is not only anti-Semitic, he certainly fails as a comedian. I think Phil Seinfeld said it best, and this offends you as a Jewish person? No, it offends me as a comedian. Over it. Jewish caucus is also... Wait a minute, let me back up. I don't like attacking candidates for the purported actions of their family members, whether parents, children, or spouses, unless the candidates themselves profited from those actions. Whether they share their destructive, false views is another matter. I don't like attacking candidates. Same, I would have taken a pass had he not actively been promoting her campaign. You are judged by the company you keep, fairly or unfairly. If she doesn't publicly denounce his statement, then it comes off as tacit approval. Definitely click on the link because you have to read it to help stop it. It is some of the most wide-ranging anti-Semitism I have read. Call it hate. This is fair game for this race on screen with her info. Wow. Listen to this one. When Steele married Mr. Jackson, I tried very hard to get to know him, and I discovered he was both anti-Semitic and very misogynistic man. I continue to support Miss Steele as she is a bright, competent leader. At some point, both she and Anna Valencia are both being haunted by their spouses in an attempt to divert conversation from the real issues in both races. Stop it. It is also very sexist, and society doesn't ordinarily do this to men running in office. That does not excuse the anti-Semitic, I hate saying it. I was surprised when the commenter mentioned a couple of days ago that Richard Irvin hasn't spent any airtime on WVON. Then I learned that Mays and Todd Stroger were no longer on the station, and that was no longer surprised. This isn't a family member you just happen to be related to. You pick your spouse. It is common to marry someone who holds views you find anathema. Personally, I wouldn't have married my spouse if he was a racist, sexist hater. To the update, pretty comprehensive apology by Jackson, so props there. I can't imagine the whole Oppo file on him, though. He's been talking into the microphone for like a decade. This probably won't be the last community demanding answers from Commissioner Steele for things he said. To the update, is there an apology for targeting Joanna Klonsky as well? Spousal immunity is a legal principle that does not apply to politics, especially if that spouse is actively promoting your campaign. If your significant other is spouting and promoting hate, you might want to distance yourself or face the consequences on Election Day. To the post, I'm glad I waited to comment. The apology is very strong. There is ownership, no excuses. My hope is to follow up. May shows his learning and further shows growth to consider how his words and thoughts needed to evolve to advance any discussion he may want to have for his issues, and how his words in the past derail honest discussion to all issues Mays would like to opine. Finally, I do hope Mays wants people to continue to hold him accountable going forward. That will give Mays opportunities to show his growth and understanding to live his apology and really allow for forgiveness. This isn't a racist cousin on Facebook spouting off conspiracies. This is someone's spouse and surrogate being pretty blatantly anti-Semitic. Very fair game to bring it up. Thankfully, not a position where they'd be a first gentleman, though. I don't buy the Mays apology. He's been spouting anti-Semitic and anti-Arab themes for years, and now he learns he was wrong. He was saying what he needs to attempt to help carry, but but it hasn't changed his point of view and never will. If she loses, I'm sure he will go off on Jewish people as being behind the loss. Also, well, with that part she did. Color me surprised with the swiftness of the apology. I know Mays, having worked with him over a decade, can say without 100% that this didn't come easy for him. Good for him and even better for the Steele campaign. There's more. Oh, here. It's a terrible apology. He is apologizing for his word choice, not the sentiment behind it. There is no good way to say that Jewish people control everything, which is what he was espousing on his show. He goes on to try to distance himself from accountability by blaming the show, shielding himself from criticism because of his godfather. And finally, what about the hardships for the Jewish and black people? Mays, it's not a competition or about history. It's about you in real time. Instead of pledging to make amends by doing the harm he has done, he is placing burden back on the Jewish community to rebuild the damage he has done. No, Mays, it's on you, pal. He has gone on his show to repudiate the earlier statements. Sure, I'm on the show right now. So there are two versions of Mays, the sincere apology Mays and the jive hood Mays on the airwaves. Which one is the real Mays Jackson? So, is Jackson's apology on his Twitter feed? I couldn't find it. If not, is his apology worth it if he's too embarrassed to say it to the people who heard him? Material as well as ones offended. I don't really do. I don't do Twitter. I do the Mays Jackson show. But I need it for y'all to kind of understand how we're viewed, how the show is viewed from a different perspective. And I'm interested to hear what you think. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Please, let us not, because I have never been a platform of hate. I guess Seinfeld, he apologizes for the comedians. But I guess I just want to know what your thoughts are. Give us a call. And I just think it's like, what's crazy to me is there's like really, for all of the people in the world, that's what we get. Let's go to the Mays Jackson show. Let's go, callers. You're on the Mays Jackson show.
Good morning.
Good morning, caller. How are you?
I'm not fine, but I'm okay. So let me say this. Aren't we tired of living on our knees? Why? What is the problem with us speaking up and starting to advocate for our own selves and saying to others, we don't need you, we got this. We don't want you in our business, we got this. I told you a few weeks ago, before any of this happened, that it's not about you. It's about your actions, about you galvanizing our people. And I told you, and I told whoever was listening months ago that this is different this time. It's a lot of us that pretty much have a good head on our shoulders that has been speaking up in different spaces. You know why you're the target? Because you're on that mic. But they also think that if they cut off the head, the body will fall. What they don't understand is you're not the head. It's multiple of us that's moving, and we're using the brain that God gave us. Now, every other group can advocate for themselves and speak only, you know what I'm saying, for resources for only their ethnicity. But when we do it, it's a problem. I'm tired of people living off our plights. And we're still in the same economic position, and we're still dying in the streets. Our children are dying in the streets. But when we speak up, it's a problem. But I also asked you, when we pretty much bring up issues, we do the work and do the research and make it all about facts, because facts one thing you cannot do, you cannot destroy the facts when it's on paperwork. When we start bringing up issues, we need to do the deep dive and dig it and see where all roads leads back to. So we allowed them to make it about ethnicity and race. The fact of the matter is, we are always living on our knees, and people are always pretty much eating off our plates. So therefore, if we don't continue to keep the push going, and we're not talking about no sacrificial lambs. I'm a woman. You're not misogynistic, and I'm going to put my hedge of protection around you. I'm standing by you. Because everything that we have talked about, they need to understand. The issues wasn't brought up by you. The issues was brought up by the people that pretty much want you to bring out the issues concerning our people's plight. So you don't pick these subjects out of the sky that you talk about all the time. We ask you and we bring issues to you and let you read, what's underneath, and you go with it. You are a voice, but you know what? This is what I'm going to do that I never really took interest in doing, but I still stay in the fight in the meetings when it concerning this. But you know what's funny? They pick you. They pick, especially in the affordable housing space, they pick you to come in. Nobody ever says anything to me because I have paperwork. But when you bring up them affordable housing issues, Tamiko Holtz is the one that pretty much put documents in front of your face and say, hey, read this. Now, with me saying all of that is, brother, I'm so tired of our men being castrated when they stand up, you know what I'm saying, for the black family and for their people, our people. I'm so tired of us living on our knees. When do we get a chance to pretty much speak up for ourselves without people? I'm tired of feeling like I'm a slave in this the new millennium. It's 2021. And I've been saying that from the time when I got into the housing space. I saw our people being fed words and being stuck in front of cameras as if we don't have a brain of our own. Listen, we're going to start doing different shows and different breakdowns of different advocacy, you know what I'm saying, personalities that's in these spaces, that fight in these meetings, that own these subject matters, so they can't just tag it to you. Because we're in it. We're in it on a daily basis, and we've been in the fight, so we know the breakdown, we know the paperwork, and we know what roads lead to with evidence to back it up. So it has nothing to do with ethnicity. It has nothing to do with anti-Semitic, whatever. It has nothing to do with misogynistic, mentality. It has nothing. It has to do with facts and where all roads lead back to. And all we're saying is, get up off our backs. Get up off our backs to get your foot out of our necks. And our people need to grow economically in order for us to stop seeing our children dying and killing one another in the streets. Get up off our backs. You've eaten. You've been eating. Leave us alone now. It's time for us to eat and not just survive, but thrive.
Thank you.
Now, I'm tired of as a black woman, I'm tired of being bullied. I'm tired of being bullied by everyone else. And as a black man, I'm tired of seeing our black men being bullied. And I'm tired of seeing everybody always, except for us, pretty much eating and coming up off of us, and we're still in the slumps. We're still pretty much at the bottom of the totem pole. Let's start doing the factual research work and put the paperwork in front of them, and stop letting people make this about race.
There it is.
And let's work with the facts. This is Tamiko Holt, a.k.a. Miko, and I'm the president of What's in It for the Black People.
That's my sister. Thank you. No, that's not Tennille. That's Tamiko, but thank you, Miko. So here's the lick. Sometimes you got. Do anybody on the line? Anybody calling? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Please, again, the Mace Jackson Show is definitely never meant to be a platform to spew hate, and I would ask humbly that we don't spew hate. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Please, I'm trying to. I want to make sure though that there's not the concept that this is a hate platform. They took segments of our conversation and snapshot them. And I'm going to tell you, when you read it, it looks bad. Now, I think we know we be joshing around and playing, but it obviously caused a tremendous amount of pain in the Jewish community, and I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead, caller. You're on the Mace Jackson Show.
Hey, good morning, Maze, and thank you for taking my call. This is Tony from Boston.
From Boston?
Yes.
All the way. What you doing listening to us in Boston?
Listen, you stood out to me when you were over at that other station, when you were a guest host at the Q of the Day, and you come on that morning show and the midday show in particular you stood out in contrast. I mean, I found that station by mistake anyway with the lady that comes on Saturday doing some filming, and then I discovered the other host. But again, you stood out when you were coming on because it was quite, telling to me that this guy I can identify with, because these other two people, man, you highlighted, in my opinion, their ignorance, and that would be the reason why I would tune in, because I knew you were coming on. Now, moving to your show, which again, when you moved from that other station over to this station, I called you that first week to let you know that I too had come over. And I still listen to you off and on, and just so happened I caught this show today, and I was quite surprised to hear what I was hearing. But I want to say to you, yes, when you have a show that's pretty much an echo chamber and it's the same repetitive callers, it's almost just like a conversation of hate. And, I would tune into you to see what he's talking about and if I can stay interested. But if I determine that, this is a bad session, it's hate, I don't want to listen to this because there's nothing informative. I mean, I have to take your hat. Tip my hat to you for the apology, but not so much the content of. It's about the characterization of your show being a platform of hate. Those people who tell you that you should hang up on Jim, those are the people that you should consider hanging up on. Jim is someone whom I'm Facebook friends with. I talked to Jim off the air, believe it or not. But the thing here is, I'm a big believer in free speech, so long as you are letting things out over the air that are the truth. But the thing here is, you allowing people to call in with violent, irrational rants. That's true. I've heard it. I can name those callers because they called in so many times. I can name them by name. I won't do that, but I have to turn it off at that point. They're not calling in to participate. They're calling in for the bad session. Who the hell wants to hear that? You're not going to keep someone like me tuned in. I mean, like I say, I was attracted to you because this is a smart guy, and I like the way you discuss the issues and your knowledge about it. But then there's other subjects like, let me go somewhere else now. And that's just the thing. I mean, and again, I'm still here listening. I just happened to tune in today, and I hear this going on. But again, what stood out was the characterization of the platform of hate. And that, I can tell you, is not so much as you yourself. No, I attribute that to your callers, those that call in repetitively, saying the same thing and speaking about nothing. Okay, that's who I attribute that to. Because the thing here is, when you allow them to do that, and it's falsehoods, and you don't challenge them, because see, you read that in the letter, you don't challenge them. Okay, so you can't whine about hate and being hated on and discriminated against when you're allowing the same thing yourself. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm here to call balls and strikes, because listen, if this person says he hates that person, that person says he hates that person, I don't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, sure, you have a right to hate. And let me move in closing. It goes back to, just like with the Minister Farrakhan, who I am no fan of, never have been. But when they banned him on social media, you yourself, Maze, didn't agree with that. But when they banned Trump on Facebook, I think it was, I didn't. You guys cheered that. I heard
No,
the
you
show.
didn't. No, you didn't.
You cheered that.
No, you didn't. Now you're telling a lie.
No, not you. Not you. Not you. Not you specifically, man. I said when they banned the minister.
So wait.
You on your show after.
So wait.
No,
so
you on your. No, listen closely.
Man, you gotta turn whatever's in the background down. Go ahead.
Okay, no, there was no. I was outside. That's why I had to stop. No, when they banned the minister, you said, should we boycott? Should we close our accounts and boycott Facebook? You said that on the air.
What did I say about
you
Trump?
You did say that.
So, okay, what does that have to do with Trump? I didn't.
No.
I wasn't an advocate for Trump getting banned.
I'm just giving you. No, sir, I'm just giving you a contrast. That's all. I'm just giving you a contrast. When they banned the minister, you complained and you whined. When they banned Trump, people who called in, not you specifically, it was cheered. It was welcome. But see, I condemn both. Neither one should have been banned.
Let me just be clear.
That's me.
Check this out. That's you, right? So this isn't. Stop that. This isn't. This isn't the news, right? So I'm not. But you know what? Apparently he feels that we do launch hate. Give us a call, 872-259-74. Well, let me tell you what, we won't be launching hate anymore. If that was ever a question, we will ensure that that is not the case anymore. Because, again, it's the Maze Jackson Show. It's the last morning show ever. My intent has never been to offend the Jewish community, and I understand how deeply hurt they may have been from our show. I'm surprised that Mr. Boston is verifying it. Okay, let's go to the live line. Riis, we got callers? Anybody on the line? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Hello?
Brother Mace. This is Brother Spoon. Witherspoon, Roosevelt.
What's up, Uncle Rosie?
You know what? We love everybody. And we want to take this opportunity to apologize to the Jewish nation, to the Indian nation, to every race that we've ever offended. We really want to do that. But it's very difficult to fight two wars at one time. If I don't have the right to speak up for myself, what am I? Even if I'm wrong, then you should bring the evidence before me and convince me of being wrong. But if you tell me I'm wrong because you say I'm wrong, then let's put it another way. If you treat me like an animal and I began to act like an animal, whose fault is that? If you don't want to liberate me and treat me equal, what do you expect for me to do? Who is off base here? I don't know. I think there's a blueprint. I think there are smart enough people around us to see beyond tomorrow. I think that this is a golden opportunity for something. Now we need our great minds to come together and figure out what this something is.
So, Uncle Rosie, and I want to speak to the audience real quick.
Yeah.
We started this journey on a mission, right? And we have we have BP1 we voted and we determined that we had a mission and that we were going to determine to get this mission across the goal line. And in the process, and we knew some of the tactics that we needed to avoid. However,
all right.
However, because of my ego, because of hubris, I decided to, again, not stick with the strategy. We knew that so when you make the mistake, but the goal is to get across the goal line, you got to run your laps. I have to, because the goal is not me. The goal is the finish line and the army to cross the line. Even if I take the L, The goal is for the Army to cross the line, and as a leader, if I am going to lead, if I have taught you that every day the goal is to this is politics. Now that letter was purely politics, but I gave it to them. And for that, I must pay a price. That is,
hey, I'm hearing you. Amen.
That is, and so the price that I am willing to pay is to recognize my mistakes, acknowledge them, but never give up on the mission. Now, I could fight to not finish the mission and win a battle and lose the mission, or if I am going to teach you properly, then I have to take responsibility for my actions. Because my actions, regardless of how they make us feel, were detrimental to the mission. So, Maze Jackson, not BP1, not What's in It for the Black People, not Riis, not Carrie, not anyone is responsible for what I have done. Nobody. I am taking full responsibility for my actions, for the hosting of this show, and for everything that I said or did not say. Not because as a leader, I am responsible for my family. What's the matter?
And the rest of us.
12. Okay. So I need for you to understand, Uncle Rosie, and I need for my army to understand that when you mess up, you have to take the consequence of it because we still have a mission. And I, knowing where I allowed myself to get distracted, jumped off the porch and set off a bomb in our camp. Now I got a choice. I could say that bomb shouldn't have been there, or I jump on the bomb and the army goes on. So I'm going to say it again so that everyone out there is clear. Because as you know, I apologize for the harm or the hurt that our language, the perception of our language could have caused. Again, I got too comfortable in this world. I got too comfortable to saying and talking any old kind of way, like I'm just shooting, like I'm at the barbershop. Although, Uncle Rosie, what we have to do is be tacticians. And if we are going to be the most powerful black political organization in the state, then when the plays have to be run, we have to stick to the script. I did not stick to the script. And not only did I not stick to the script, but I also caused damage to the mission. So I am going to take that responsibility.
I accept your apology this time.
Thank you, Uncle Rosie. Thank you. I'm going to go to the callers. Y'all, we do politics every day. I want you, though, when I read to you Capital Facts, I want you to understand how for all of what we are trying to do and everything that I perceive as trying to have been helpful, I cannot imagine having our mission reduced to me being an anti-Semitism. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
What up, Maze? Happy Friday. It's Greg.
What's up? Doing? What's up, Greg, man? Oh, excuse me. Hey, Gregory.
I called first just to say I apologize for not being there the other day. The team was there, but I had a previous engagement. I just want to tell you personally, man, I stand with you, brother. Stand strong to every black man in the history of this country that has ever had a voice. People have come against them, all walks of life, right? Malcolm X said that if we're not careful, the media will have us loving the oppressor and hating the people being oppressed. So it's still going on continuously. I'm just saying, be strong. You know, we've been through this same circumstance. You just got to stand in God, bro. It's supposed to happen, right? But we can't keep letting it happen. Silence is violence. I learned that recently. And so all these groups run around, standing on their principles, defending their integrity. They've been silent while our people have been killed and destroyed purposely. That means they are accountable, bro. Period. That's every community. Every community listening, y'all sit back and y'all allow black people to just die and get mass incarcerated and get enslaved. Every generation that has been in existence, you are guilty. Lastly, I'll say this. Maze, look into this link because you can't find it. It ain't nowhere. You could just, but the APA, the American Psychology Association, this is the smartest people in the world, right? So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's a couple of Jews at the top of it.
Hey.
They put out a policy.
Greg, do me a solid.
Listen, I'm not being hateful. I'm not being hateful at all. What I'm saying is that if you look up the apology, they apologize to black people for the destruction, the intentional. Understand the intention. Look it up, Major. It'll give you a whole nother perspective. This is the most intelligent thinkers of our world put out an apology to black people, and we don't even know it. And they apologize for intentionally profiling us and giving America tools to harm us, bro. This is deep. This is diabolical. And so I'm saying that everybody listening who ain't mad and pissed off and willing to stand up, go to jail, and die for the justice and freedom of my people can go to hell. I stand with you. Peace.
Thank you, brother. Again, I want to be clear. This is not like it's. So I guess the challenge I have is how do we go to the live line? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson show. Caller, hello.
Peace.
You calling to the last Maze Jackson show in the morning? Who's this?
It's Brother Anthony in Atlanta.
What's up, Brother Anthony? How you feeling, man? I had them bumblebees, man. I seen them bees, dog. And I'm not cleaning out the chicken coop either. I'm not cleaning out the chicken coop when I come down there.
Look. Let me just do this. I'm gonna read some names real quick, and I'm gonna get to my comment. Booker T. Washington, W.E.B. Du Bois, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Bishop Desmond Tutu, Julian Bond, Kwesi Nkrumah, Andrew Young, James Baldwin, Richard Wright, Alice Walker, even President Harry Truman, John F. Kennedy, Richard Nixon, Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, George H.W. Bush. They've all been hit with that label, bro. So to me, you in good company. And one thing I know for sure is that there will never be us ascending to the destination that we desire, that all this effort that you've been involved in is to move us towards without coming into contact with this environment. We could be as skillful in terms of trying to navigate the minefield as we desire to be, but the fact of the matter is, when we confront truly what's behind the curtain, so to speak, that's keeping us perpetually in the condition that we're in, this is going to happen. It was bound to happen, and we're here right now, and I stand with you, brother. My thing is, and this is not any shot at you, but no apology will ever placate these people. They will not be satisfied unless we are in a perpetual position of prostration. Whenever they do stuff like this, they continue to manifest the existing dynamic of slave to slave master relationship, which has never ended. We just living in the 2022 modern context of it. And to my sisters out there, and see, my thing is, Brother Mace, my reality is not yours and vice versa. You have a family, you have responsibility, you have people who look to you to help them get through the next day, the next week, so forth and so on. And I respect that and I get that. But my thing is particularly to my sisters, when are we going to ever get to a point where for our brothers who are on the front line that we are around them to strengthen them to push through moments like this, because they're going to keep happening. We will never get to a point where there will not be one person that they will try to take off, and then we want to stop the motion because we are becoming, sometimes, I'm not saying it's your case, but sometimes we become very individualistic in our assessment of where we are in the dynamic, if that makes any sense at all. We always going to confront this. So I'm asking my sisters, what would we do? What can we do to ensure that they don't take out one of us and we can keep the motion moving forward? Because it's important. We're not going to ever get through this, family, without pushing through this dynamic. So I love you, Brother Mays. I'm with you, regardless of whom or what, because you're standing on truth, you're standing on principle. If you haven't made the call to the farm, brother, I hope that you do. Please make the call to the farm and get guidance from the man, because I think you need it in this time, not only for this moment, but for what will help you to move forward, man. So that's all I wanted to say, brother. Peace and blessings, family. Catch you next week, 3 to 6, family.
All right, that's right. You're going to be in the studio, too. It's Brother Anthony coming in from Atlanta. We're going to be talking about a black homeland. Hey, it's the Mace Jackson Show, y'all. Thank you to all the callers. If you are on the, if you calling in from WBGX, stay on the line. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. I got to thank all the Saints who have joined us from 6:30 to 8 every day on the Mace Jackson Show. I want to tell you, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. We love all people of all races, all colors, but I love my seniors. Seniors, y'all be looking for us from 3 to 6. We got to work this out with WBGX, but we'll be back. It is the Mace Jackson Show. I'm going to just take the, you know what, actually, I got to go to the bathroom. So let's take a quick break. Riis, give us some inspiration music. I want y'all calls, but I want y'all to call me, man. You coming with us to 3 to 6? All right. See how Riis be pushing the button? Can I tell y'all, I'm not the man. Sometimes it's like, I don't know. Again, I will tell you again, when you have the responsibility of other people, you must. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIT-PM.
Mace Jackson.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
I want to know, is there an offensive black people list? Who manages and do black people have to honor?
Maze. You're Uncle Tom. That's why you're an offensive. And the reason why you're Uncle Tom is the real story of Uncle Tom. How he worked for his freedom, and then the slave master reneged on him and wouldn't let him get his freedom. So you know what he did? He left. You're messing with the church's money. You were smart enough to work your way off, so you offended the white folks, and then you offended the black folks because your ass left, and because they wouldn't. And who manages the left is both black folks and white folks, because if you see in that situation, the black folks is just as mad as the white slave owner that Uncle Tom left.
What happens if you say that and someone gets offended?
You ran off the plantation, brother. That's why you're offensive. That's all I got, bro. Keep being offensive.
Thank you.
Mace Jackson.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Mace Jackson, host of the Mace Jackson Show, and I don't know if you've heard the news, but we're moving to the afternoons.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's right. After 5 years of doing the mornings, we're moving to 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So don't worry. We're still going to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mace said. It's the Mace Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss it.
Today, the Biden administration is releasing what it calls a new strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and caught a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater, but she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they didn't get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians, you know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country, you know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narratives. Terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know what we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in a part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there's terrorism. 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 Terrorism.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get their steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And up the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is my Maze Jackson. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. It's the last day of the Maze Jackson Show. In the mornings. We're going to the afternoons next week, 3 to 6. Maze, Riis, maybe Ruthie. Might have to pick up some other people on the way. Maybe we won't even talk about black stuff no more. We just talk about rainbows, roller coasters, and Reese's drill hits.
No drill.
All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Have you enjoyed the Maze Jackson Show? Guys, I got to be honest. When I looked at the Capitol facts, right, and I looked at some of the comments, I was just like, really? That's what y'all think? Like, honestly, you know how you feel like people was waiting to say something, but they be smiling because they don't. But I get it. Like, I get the whole, like, I have learned my lesson. And that's why I'm looking forward to meeting with Jewish leaders to talk about how we can get a better understanding of the differences between our communities. Now, I'm going to invite some of y'all to come to the meeting with me, though. Right? So I don't want to be there by myself. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody on the line, Riis? Anybody call and talk to us? They don't want to talk to us. All right, this is our last show. Call us back. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller?
Hey, what's going on, bro? What's up, Riis? What's happening, man? It's Friday.
What's up, D? What's up, D? Devo?
Hey, man. Hey, it's a wonderful day. Hey, man, I accept your apology. Thank you for being a leader. Thank you for being accountable. Thank you for being responsible. And that's very important for anyone that's listening to my voice. I 1,000% agree with what the president stated. With that being said, the mission is the most important goal. With that being said, we have a few events this weekend. We have the MS Walk out in Dalton.
Yep, go ahead.
Huh?
You got it.
Yeah, we have the MS Walk out in Dalton. Please come out and support. We also have some work with some strategic stakeholders that we will be participating in. So if you're looking for something to do that is worthwhile and actually bears fruit other than becoming emotional and responsive, the doors are always open to the church. And, come out, bring the kids. Hey, one thing also that we're planning coming up.
We barbecuing on Saturday, too.
We barbecuing, so it's food, it's fellowship, great music, family friendly, very inclusive. Also, shout out to Sister Jasmine and the young people of BP1. We're going to actually host a real big event that showcases the youth's talents as well as their entrepreneurial skills. You know what I'm saying? So, we're building something, and we're actually, it's my charge to make sure that we have action. Action. So if you have time to respond emotionally, right, then you can tap in. So when we have these chapter meetings, these meetings should be full. These committees should be fleshed out, not only for in the housing space, the educational space, the grassroots space, the elder space. It's a place for you. It's activities for you to do. We need a resilient community. If we're studying history, then we know that we need to be a little bit more proactive, and we need to continue building this infrastructure and collaborating and being inclusive and communicating and studying and listening. Let's listen. So other than that, we have things that we need to be working on. Shout out to the Constitution Committee. Shout out to the volunteers, man. shout out to everybody that actually make the things happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, how's your foot doing, bro? It's Happy Friday, man. How's that foot doing, bro?
That foot is doing much, much, much better, man. I'm gassing it out right now. By the time I see y'all tomorrow, I won't be hobbling.
Hey, man. Hey, so other than that, man.
I'm old, man.
Hey, man, but yeah, come out to the spot. It's outdoor seating. Hey, man, that's where the work is. That's where bring your chair, man. So y'all come out this weekend, bring the family. Let's meet, let's huddle, let's talk, let's laugh, let's hug. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, it's Friday, man. Y'all stay safe, keep your head on the swivel, and communicate and reach out to each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got, man. Nothing but peace over here, bro. We working.
Talk about things, Devo. All right, anybody else on that line? Y'all want to call to us? Give us a call. 872-259-7474. It's the last Maze Jackson show in the morning. Maze, DJ Riis. Man, tell us a memory. Tell us what you're thinking. We had a lot going on. I didn't expect to go out like this today. But
hey, good morning, Maze.
Good morning, Al. Big Al. How you feeling, man?
Wonderful, brother. Wonderful. And I want to thank you for taking my call. I want to ask Riis not to be quick on the trigger. I don't have much to say, but I would like to say. All I've ever heard you do, Maze, is advocate for black people. There's nothing wrong with that. You have consistently stated you don't hate nobody. What you say is not against anybody. It is only an advocation for black people. I'm going to ask you to keep teaching. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep working with you. And I'm going to close on this question. Oh, I want to say this too. Keep your eye on the prize. Right. We all have to keep our eye on the prize. I heard you say in that letter something about people talking about coming together for the betterment of all. I've heard you say something about there's dialogue. So I would like to ask this. For the betterment of all, since we're having dialogue, come work with us to remove that teacher who allowed that hate, that anti-black people doll that symbolizes slavery to hang in that classroom at Whitney Young in front of our children. Come work with us. Don't have the teacher removed. Have that teacher terminated. Removal with pay is a vacation. Removal without pay, you still compensated. You got all your benefits. Come work with us. You understand how hurtful racism is. You said you want to work with us for the betterment of all. Help us terminate that teacher. Thank you. And keep fighting, guys.
Big Al, thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow at the barbecue. Big Al, you get there a little early, man. You know what I'm saying? Get there a little early. Hey, it's the Maze Jackson Show. It's our last morning, Riis. Riis, like, for real, dog, I don't even know what I'm going to do at 4 o'clock. Because you know we're going to be waking up at 4 o'clock for at least 3 weeks.
For sure, Monday, I'm going to get dressed. And, oh, my God, it's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Maze, I'm so amazed. Listen, I'm on the way. I'll be like, oh, sneak. I'm like, Riis.
Riis, you,
Nah. 3. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Mission focused. Do not be a distraction from the mission. Mission focused. This morning show can get me writing checks that my butt can't cash. And so as a leader, sometimes you got to take responsibility, man. I took the grenade, and I again, it is my sincere hope that we can find a way to make sure that this show is not perceived as anti-Semitic. Because we all know that it's almost the antithesis of us to be anti-Semitic. And I just don't want to wear that label. And more so, I don't want anybody of you to wear that label. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want that label is a terrible label, and I never want to be perceived in that way. So let's go to the next call. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show. It's the last one. What's up?
Maze.
James, don't get me in trouble, man. Please, please, please. I'm trying to moderate the comments, but talk to me, man. What did I do this time?
How you doing that, Turner? Bruh, you my hero, bro. I'm standing up saluting you. I salute you, bro. In war, there are going to be casualties. You ain't been in the war unless you get a few scars. You're going to catch a few wounds. Believe me, your troops are still behind you 100%, bro. The thing is, ain't it funny how people who benefited off of 400 years of slavery got the nerve to be upset?
You about to get me in trouble again. See, you please, brother, don't perpetuate racist stereotypes. Look. I have no. I'm going to be meeting with Jewish community leaders realistically, and I am going to be like, these are questions that I feel like I want to ask in that so that I can get an understanding. But until I understand that, all I just want to say is let's not do something that would make that be considered hate. I do look forward to the conversation because I do, and I feel like I'm going to have to bring some people with me, right? Just because I don't want to be there by myself. But what I don't want to have happen, James, is them to, again, right? You see everybody is watching. And so the premise is that we're going to get on here and be like...
I understand it. But my point is, let's not get this twisted. Let me clarify myself.
Okay.
I digress. When we get offended, it's get over it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. How we gonna pull ourselves up by our bootstraps when you keep taking the string? You know, that's what I mean when I refer to that question. Everybody's moving forward but us. But when we move forward, there's a problem. Like you said, there's a landmine somewhere or a grade's been thrown. But like Tamiko said earlier, you cut off one head, you got 10 more coming. The game has changed. The game has changed. See, questions need to be answered. Now, we want questions answered. We done waited 400 years for questions to be answered. All we asking is answer our question. But the question is, they don't want to answer them because they don't want to be looked at in a different light, but they are ready to throw us in a different light. We've been doing this through the media for all the time we exist as black people. Back in the news, we were super predators and everything else. So, brother, keep your head up. I'm rolling with you, bro. I'm gonna try to slide down on you in Dalton.
Oh, you coming to Dalton? Awesome. That's great, okay. James. I'm going to be looking forward to you. We're going to be with Brother Edward Steve. We're going to be marching in the MS Walk. That's my brother, James. Hey, man. The Maze Jackson Show has never been about hate. Ever. And it is disappointing to me. It's disheartening that it could even be perceived that way. Like, I mean, really, y'all, I'm going to tell you, when I saw that letter, I was just like, I don't want to say appalled, but I was really like, is this real? Like, I feel like you can't watch us for real and not be, like, understand, we be giving it to everybody. But what I don't ever want to do is make anyone feel singled out. I don't want to cause any pain, and I recognize all of the pain and suffering that the Jewish community has endured. And that's why I'm going to be meeting with the leaders to talk about it. But I do think that we have to have a conversation to get to, as I said in my letter, how did we get to this point from where we arrived? And we'll talk about it. And I'm looking forward to having meaningful discussions about this because, I like talking to people who have different viewpoints anyway. So it's the Maze Jackson Show. It is our last day. You got any calls up there, Riis? Anybody want to talk to us? It's our last day. Give us a call. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What's up, caller?
Hey, Maze.
Hey.
Riis, how are you?
All right. Who there?
Hey, this is Chris from the South Side.
What's up, Chris from the South Side?
Good to hear your voice, man. Good to see you on the screen. Congratulations on the years of the morning show. I think it's been a great success. You've been very motivating to us. And you've been a leader, one of our great leaders, and I appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Secondly, I am disheartened at the perception of the show. I don't think that we're being insensitive, but I understand that I see their point of view, and I understand your sensitivity to their point of view, and I'm looking forward to the conversation that you and your team are going to have. Hopefully we can, some things that come to the table. Hopefully it'll be a very productive conversation, and we can hash some things out. You continue to have my support. The show continues to have my support.
Thank you.
And look forward to the three. It's going to be kind of rough to maintain the threes. That 3 to 6.
3 to 6, man. You can always watch the replay, man. Sneak and listen, man. Sneak.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah, but if I can't watch it live, I'll watch the replay, and I'll get involved the best that I can. Try to make it tomorrow. To Dalton, man. But yeah, be strong, man. You continue to be in my prayer. And Carrie, we've got Carrie's back as well.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, be blessed, bro.
Thank y'all. Y'all know part of the whole thing is for me not to. What I don't want to do is continue to be a liability. So I'm not going to talk about the campaign anymore. Not because I don't love and support my beautiful wife, but I don't want my words to continue to be used against her. I think it's chauvinistic as I'll get up, but I'm going to let it be. Hey, Riis, you ever done something for people and they don't realize this is not my wife. But sometimes when I'm looking at the comments, do y'all understand that I truly feel like I have a responsibility for everybody who has participated in this BP1, in this What's in It for the Black people in any form? I don't know if people understand that. And there's certain things that I don't even know if we're prepared for. So I will bear my cross. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on the line? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. This is the last day. This is our last day.
Morning. You keep saying last day.
Last day in the morning. Last time I got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the show. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? What's up?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, it's me? Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, how you doing, man? It's just so many things been running through my head, out of anger, I agree with a couple of the comments, Nico comments, and I think Jesse, the guy, second previous guy. I understand you got to do what you got to do for your family. That's what you got to do for your family. Don't you think this is ironic that they happen to, during election time, now they come with this complaint all of a sudden? You don't have to respond to that. I'd like for you to remember what was going through your mind when you made that decision that you was leaving the other show and come to do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I stopped listening to them. That's why I followed you. You see, that word Ruthie used yesterday, I get to use it now, I guess, because it sounds like you've been gaslit. If it means what she says, it meant, what she read. And I understand, like I say, what you're doing, but yes, because of how you slice it, that's a control letter. That's a control letter. They even put in the letter, if she loses, he's going to still, go back to doing blah, 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 whatever. You ain't saying nothing to no insults, brother. You always been kept on this show on point. You stop people and say, no, let's not say that. And you've been monitoring it professionally. Anything short of a compliment to those people, if I can say those people, anything short of a compliment is an insult to them. It's as simple as that. I wanted to go where brother was about to go about. I mean, we've been complaining for 400 years, and they write one letter, and it's effective. You say they want to talk. You got a platform. How come you got to go to them? Why don't they come to you and talk? You don't have to accept no calls. So anyway, I mean, again, as a husband, as a family man, I understand you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, they do control the media. That's not answer. That's a fact.
So let me just say this: we cannot continue to hit those stereotypes. I have a cross to bear right now, guys. And I learned in the space. Right? Look at me. I learned. I am not going to go. I'm going to have people come to the meeting because I do think we have conversations that we have to have. But we cannot, for all of the work that we have put into building what's in it for the black people in the Maze Jackson show, I cannot allow it to be reduced to a platform to which we launch anti-Semitic comments. But do you see, did y'all hear when I was reading the comments of how people perceive us? Like, that's not my defense. They talking about you. So, I mean, I think we should enter the dialogue in places like Capital Facts. You can make up your own name. You can make up your own. It's all anonymous. And participate in the conversations. It's like everybody telling me. But I don't think that any of the people that are in these spaces have our perspective. But what I do is understand that I cannot allow this platform that we have worked so hard for to be turned into, what's that dude? Adam, what's the crazy dude that they... It's the Maze Jackson show. Let's go to the Maze Jackson show. What's up, caller? You on the Maze Jackson show? Caller?
Boca Tov, shalom.
What's up? Don't do me. You go ahead. What's up,
I
man?
ain't doing you. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I just want to say Toad Alabama for jumping on the grenade, my brother. That's how you feel.
Say that one more time.
I heard you talking one day about,
Say that again. I'm sorry, I missed you.
No, I said Toad Alabama. That's Hebrew for thank you very much for jumping on the grenade.
Oh, thank you.
If that's what you feel you had to do.
Thank you.
No worries. But I heard you speaking the other day, and I meant to call in. You say them owners, we be hooping and hollering outside in the lobby, well, I used to, and they'll be left the building 2 or 3 times in the bunker. So, thanks for jumping on the grenade, but I got some bunker busters coming. That's me, Bob Israel. They got bunker busters bombs out here. You know that too, right?
I do.
Okay, I'm just keeping it real with you. I ain't gonna say nobody's name and nothing. But since we're on the apology tour, somebody need to apologize for this transatlantic slave trade. So they ain't gonna say no name. They know who constructed the ships and who made all the money.
So
Can't wait to Billy Bob Black.
Hey, let's do this. Let's let Billy Bob Black do this, because I'm just gonna be honest with you, right? I'm already wearing some of those, right? And family, please come tomorrow. I'm gonna just ask you to come tomorrow, right? Like, it takes a village, and I feel like if you read and see, did y'all hear the comments? Did y'all read when I was reading the comments? I felt like I was on Jimmy Kimmel with mean tweets, and it's like they get to peek in on us and not share. And let's just talk. It's the Maze Jackson show. Call you on the Maze Jackson show.
Hey, Maze, it's Janessa.
Hey, what's your name, Mel?
So you already know what I think, so I don't even have to go into it. But I just want to say that I am super proud of you for making this move. And for me, I look at this move as you filling up your tank again, right? I've watched people, including in the den. People know I don't really care about, anybody's opinion, but people will wear you down to the point you don't have any more wherewithal. And I'm proud that you are putting gas into your tank. And what people have to understand is that you cannot be a leader if you're on E, especially if everybody is still asking questions, what to do this, what to do that. And that's why I think people like Devin, Tamiko, Zabiola, your crew, is right behind you to do the work. So those days when you like, you know what, I can't get out of bed. That it's still gonna roll, right? But I love you for that, and I'm glad, and I can't wait to see what's gonna come. It's time for us to get up out of the country for a little while, so I think we should probably talk about putting like a group trip together to Jamaica. I know you love Jamaica. Let's do that.
June, July. Let's do
okay.
it.
But it's time to really show. We know what the truth is. We don't have to keep beating the drum on what the truth is. We know what it is. But I want us, and I want to leave with this, that we have to get a lot more serious. And I always say this, we have to get a lot more serious about ourselves when it comes down to defending ourselves and being able to defend ourselves without name calling, without dragging, and just saying what you have to say and leaving it alone, right? There's no reason why slavery is a joke. There's no reason why any atrocious act that has been pitted against our people should be a joke. It shouldn't end up in a meme because we don't see it from anybody else. And we need to take a note of that. Everything ain't funny. And this is the reason why people are able to attack us the way that it is. Just like they have their anti-leagues, we need to have our anti-leagues. But we can't have an anti-league if everything is funny, right? But that's all I wanted to say. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. And the mission still gonna happen. And Black talent don't belong on social media anyway. I love y'all. Bye.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. It's Tell Me Something Good Friday. I want to take your calls if you out there. Anybody call us, Riis? They call and they want to say goodbye or anything, or tell us, well, not goodbye, see you later. We're going to talk about it when we come back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
It's official West Suburbs and Chicagoland area. The Naperville Soul Fest is back, featuring a live performance by Avery Sunshine and Carl Thomas on Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul, Selena Johnson, and Riis. On stage Saturday, June 4th at Naper Settlement, located at 523 South Weber Street in downtown Naperville. If you missed the last Naperville Soul Fest, you don't want to miss this one. Get your discounted tickets on Eventbrite or visit NapervilleSoulFest.com for more event details. For vendor opportunities with access to over 7,000 attendees, text 630-202-6431. That's 630-202-6431. Spend your first weekend in June at the Naperville Soul Fest with Avery Sunshine Friday, June 3rd, and Kindred the Family Soul on Saturday, June 4th. Check out NapervilleSoulFest.com for more information.
What's up, Chicago? This is your man, Maze Jackson, host of the Maze Jackson Show, and I don't know if you've heard the news, but we're moving to the afternoons.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's right. After 5 years of doing the mornings, we're moving to 3 to 6 every day, Monday through Friday, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. So don't worry. we're still going to ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Don't miss it.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Up in the morning with the frown on my face, 'cause I know it's another day that I gotta face. Smile for people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna be, breaking my back to the bone with nothing to show. But I got dreams and goals. But as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go. So there's one thing I gotta know: why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money? Why can't you just give it? Why can't you just give it? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money?
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler. And this is the last half hour of the Maze Jackson Morning Show. We might go a little longer just in case we taking calls. But y'all, it is the Maze Jackson Show. We going out with a bang. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What? Tell me about your show. Tell me your thoughts on the show, man. Love it? Hate it? Give me out. You know, I don't want to use the word hate because I literally, that really broke my heart. Honestly, to say somebody like, I feel like if you ever get to talk to me in person, it's funny, I've been on a campaign with some people, and they was like, man, we thought you were just an ass. We hated you. Oh, you're a human being. It's like the radio show it's a whole thing. But it's okay. It's okay, I got it. Hey, y'all, don't forget, we changing up. I don't know if y'all can see, you see my new desk? I'm like Regis and Kathy Lee up in this mug.
They can't see it.
I know they can't. They can't see it, but yeah, I'm looking a little. Let me see if I could give them a little. It won't go no further.
You can't zoom out a little bit?
You know what, I could.
Yeah, zoom out. There you go. Let them see what you're working with.
Yeah, you see? There you go. You see how I knew I'm sitting up high in the air. Wait till I got everything I got to go get the ladder. But y'all see, we got our new little. It's like everybody going to be in one shot from now on. Like table. Then we'll put a camera right there so you can get the zoom right there. Put a camera right there. You get the whole table. You get an angle right here. Telling y'all, man, we trying to do some stuff.
I actually like that little fallback view. It look good. Like
actually,
that.
I like that too.
You see that? Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I just look so small.
Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts got to at least give you a sponsorship.
I told you they asked me the other day.
You've been serving on that for 5 years.
Right. Or we're going to have to hide them behind Maze Jackson. Look at my big old desk. I might not let nobody come work because I just like having all this space. How many times have I changed this studio, I wonder? What do we have in here before? We had the circle table. Then we have I can't remember what else we had. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We got any calls up there, Reese? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. What say you? Caller?
Hello.
Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning.
Good morning. Get closer to the...
Ronnie.
Come on, Ronnie P. from the South Side.
Yes, sir. Listen, I am so cautious in my life today.
Ronnie P. Do me a favor. Take us off a speakerphone. Put your phone on. Pick it up.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
I got a regular phone I got to get rid of.
There you go.
Hey, speaker. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I was trying to express some things of my concern with you because you got to understand we got to spread, we still can spread nationwide. But at the same time, when you're doing something, somebody don't like, they'll try to reach out and touch you. In my life right now, I have 3 burglary reports. People say, what they take? I said, just my papers. They take my papers. They want to see what I'm doing, you know. And those things, you did nothing wrong. Not at all. Not one moment. Like you said, it's our show. It's our show. They try to take something from us. But, you know, I don't know. It depends. I want to see you. I don't know. I'm trying to get out there to where you at. And hope Saturday you'll be here again. We have a serious conversation. We all have to speak about it. But I'm going to tell you, a lot of times, I ain't afraid of these white folks. You know, I'm afraid of the Negroes who support them. Do they work? They do their work, and that's who you have to be afraid of, because that's who in our neighborhood. So they use us. Somebody mentioned earlier all of the leaders who was assassinated, you know, because of what they was doing. And I blame King for going out when he said he didn't want to go out. I blame Malcolm when he said he didn't want to go out. Just sitting there went out. He should have went out the next day. We have to be careful in our life. I want to see you. I'm trying to get out there, but I want to see you so this conversation. I know what you got to do. You got to do this meeting with them. That's what they want, you know. But again, repeat where you're going to be. I got to get out there, and hopefully you'll show up Saturday also.
You know I'm going to be there, Ronnie P. I'm going to be there. Thank you, Ronnie P. from the South Side. I'm going to be at our spot, 54th and Wentworth. We got calls still? Caller, give us a call, 872-259-7474. It's the Last Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller? Who you got?
Good morning. It's Ballhead family.
Ballhead! What's up, barbecue man?
Hey, how y'all doing? Look here, man. The other day, I wanted to try to talk with you. I heard in your voice you had a little disappointment. You couldn't play it off very well. But Brother Mays, I take my hat off to you. You're strong. They throwing everything at you. As long as you keep on going, you know you're doing the right thing. And as you say, there's a lot of things we don't know. As you teaching us, a lot of people don't understand the game of the politics game. You know, and things are going on, like you say, there's things that's going to happen that they're not ready for because they don't know. And you can't teach everything right there and give them everything they need. But the thing I can say is this: I've learned a lot. I'm still learning from you. I enjoy meeting you and being able to bring you some good food.
Man, them tips, boy. Them tips, boy. I froze. I gotta tell you, I froze them tips, dog. I froze the ones that was left, and I put them because I'm gonna tell your wife, man. You can't slap your wife, but boy, oh boy, them rib tips so good, make it slap your wife. Oh wait. Okay, wait. I was just telling a joke. I'm not trying to be. That was like slap your mama sauce. That it was from Friday. Go ahead.
No, hold on. And see, the thing is this, man. I'm gonna say this. We as a people, as black people, sometimes we have to make things. We're not making light of other people's plight or anything like that. But us as a people, to keep us strong, we've learned our mechanism is to laugh, make a joke, and it's not making light of anybody else's plight or our own. But in order not to cry, we have to do something. And the mechanism that we came up with, and this is from times on, is we are happy people. We are loving people. So we want to laugh. We make a joke, and there's nothing against anybody, but just people need to recognize if we didn't do this, what kind of strength would we be, and what kind of it would put us in a whole different place. Mm-hmm. And I just say, sometimes we have to keep on and just be who we are.
we have to just and take whatever and it has to, because everybody else can do and say things and get away with it, but us, we can't. And that's where we had to just say, you know what, our fight starts right here, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. This is who we are. Either going to deal with it, or we can figure out how it's going to be. I love you guys, and I'm going to continue to support. I'll see you at 3:00.
My man, I appreciate you, Ballhead. Hey, man, y'all need to, but you see how they talking about us and they be in our stuff and having conversations? I do think that if we're going to start having dialogue, I mean, I just don't know that I'm okay with. Did you read that? Think about what that thread said that we are. Now, I'm not talking about the letter, but think about when everybody can talk anonymously and watch anonymously and then leave us and then go and do what they do and say what they say. I mean, I just think that a lot of times we don't have the same privilege, but now you know where it's at. You don't got to put your name there. Join the conversation. CAPFAX. CAPITOLFAX. Join the conversation. It's like, that is the insider's Bible to Springfield. Woo! Thank you to the Maze Jackson Show. Thank you to Cassandra, to Katie for texting me at 4:00 in the morning. Just thinking. Just being like brothers stand, and it's like sisters. Got to pick the hill. And this is not being labeled an anti-Semitic is not how I want to go down. That's not how I want my name to be remembered in history. Let's go to the live lines. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller?
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, family.
Good morning.
I want to start out by saying that, these folks have some nerve.
Okay, hold on. Let's not do these folks. Let's look. Bear with me here, right? Like, understand that it seems to me that our comments, or not the comments, can be perceived as hateful. And one of the things that part of the reason that I issued an apology is because we don't hate anybody. And it's like I'm watching commenters in here who are like, who's the they? Who's the who's the right? And so everything. So I want to just make sure, do me a solid. Let's just use people. Let's not use they. Let's use people. Let's not use pronouns. Okay? Go ahead for me. I'm sorry. I don't want to, but I just want to manage the conversation.
I understand completely. Well, let me say this then. Some people, is that cool?
Go ahead. Yes, that's okay.
Is that cool?
That's cool.
Okay. Some people have some nerve where they can, cut us and then expect an apology for bleeding on their rug. Everybody got an opinion, but, where's the editorial page, a letter about reparations? What's the opinion about that? And, it is really, I mean, how much do they expect us to put up with? So the thing that I just, can't understand is that, the timing on this whole thing does not pass the smell test. Everybody get all sanctimonious, and about what is right. But, what is right is that we deserve reparations. And ain't nobody got nothing to say about that. You got to have somebody else speak about that. Write a book about it, But that's how I feel about it. Now, my favorite two shows was your second show at the other station. your first show, you was really nice, very polite. I said, no, he ain't gonna make it. He's too nice. But that second show, I mean, you came out fucking upside people's head, and I've been listening ever since. But and the other show I liked was when Ruthie Moore
John Cadden
came out of her Lisa left eye, burned it down Lopez bag, and went in on John Cazera. that was that was. I still have to play that one back.
That's a good one.
But it was really good. She tore his ass up. Did a good job. But so finally, I want you to pull up Kurt Smith. I always bring him up because he was the original rapper. But he had a song called "Don't Worry, If There's a Hell Below, They're All Gonna Go." Pull that one up. You can just see how far ahead of his time he was. So those are my comments. I'll be checking you out on the next shift, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. We're going to take all the calls, Riis, so just be prepared. We're going to take it. If you're calling, we want to hear from you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. It's our last morning show. We'll be starting on Mondays at 3 o'clock from 3 to 6, taking you home drive time. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What you got, caller?
Good morning, Maze. This is Cassandra.
Hey, I was looking for you in the comments. I was like, did she leave me? Oh, no.
No, I couldn't get in the comments because I didn't want to say anything that was going to compound this situation. And when you start typing, your thumb power takes over. So I decided not to do that. But I do want to call in, and I do want to weigh in on this because you're not alone. You saw that the other night, and we will continue to support you. But we all just bought us some sense. But thank God we got the money to pay for it, right? So we as a people, we all belong to the human race. And we are all more alike than we are different. But until we're able to put judgment aside and sit down and talk about our differences, we won't understand that we are all alike. I had an opportunity back in the early 90s because my ex-husband and I were asked to participate in an awakening, in a conversation that was free, that was candid, and that was honest and authentic. And to sit down to answer questions that they had, openly. No offense. They just wanted to know, why did we call Maxwell Street what we call Maxwell Street, right? So we had that type of conversation. And the stuff that that I encountered was like, wow, you guys really don't know who we are. So let's lean into it. Let's talk about it. So that was an enriching conversation for me. And that kind of shaped my thinking because now I respect everyone's faith. And if I'm invited to come and see how you worship, I go at least one time. Even though I don't subscribe to the doctrine, I want to know who you are because your steps are measured according to what you believe in. And so that allows me to connect with you on a whole different level because I know your thinking process comes from this. And that's from me doing my research. And I don't think we do enough of that. And I think we have to get back into that. And this was kind of, like you said, an awakening where we have to be more mindful of our words and we have to dispel myths. I mean, they make up stories and we have to be able to answer that and correct it when we are invited. And we want to invite them. We want to go to your area. We want to have a talk show over in your town, and let's talk about it. Let's put it all out on the table. And until we do that, we won't have a full understanding of how we can coexist in this game called life. because we all on the journey. It's just how we going to get to the end result. So we bought us some sense on this one. That's okay. We're going to pay for it, and we're going to cash out. So now it's rehab time. So let's lean into it.
All right.
Thank you. And I'll be there from 3 to 6.
Thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate you. Cassandra was on me at 4 o'clock this morning. So was Katie Lindsay. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Man, it's our last show from 6 to 9. Monday we'll be on from 3 to 6. Give us a call, 872-259. 872-259-7474. We still want to talk to you. What you got, caller?
Hey, what's going on? Good morning, Maze and family. This is Joe Williams checking in with you.
Joe, don't shoot me, man. Don't shoot me. Oh, my God. Joe, I owe you 2 readings.
Yeah.
I literally looked up. I was at a meeting, and I looked up, and it was like I have an alert that says I was supposed to be at the school. Man, I'm going to buy the kids lunch. How many kids is it? First, before I say
Hey, look. So, look, it's all good because, believe it or not, when you probably was getting that notification, I was actually calling to try to reschedule you for the next week.
Look at God.
So
now, hey, Joe, am I still okay to come with the kids? Because I don't. Am I still like I was nervous?
Absolutely.
Like last night, I didn't want to go out because I was, one of my biggest fears was that black folks was gonna start running and being like, "Oh my God," and so I don't want to put nobody in jeopardy either, right? Because you know how this gets. So I just, if I'm gonna be a problem for the kids or something like that, I understand. Talk to me though.
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, my program is all about highlighting positive fathers and male role models in front of these children, and you are exactly just that. I don't care how controversial things may get at times, you are still a black father, and you are still an amazing and positive male role model to so many. And that's why I had to call this morning, because I'm thankful. I've been able to get on your show and come on here and listen to you in the morning, and I've gained so much knowledge and wisdom, just encouragement from just sitting here and just listening and ran in the car, dropping my babies off at high school and grammar school in the morning and just listening to your show. So for me, I just appreciate everything, just being able to be involved with it and to see your growth as a man and just the integrity that you do uphold, to even see your faults and all of that stuff, because that takes a lot. Some people can't do that for years. They be seniors and still don't see where they went wrong at or don't want to acknowledge things. And I'm seeing that within you. So for me, it's a little bit bigger than that. But I will say, when I think back, I think about it with the Will Smith, and I think about all these situations that goes along. And for me, it's like so deeper. I honestly feel like, we just going to have to all eventually go Kanye West around here and get to having our own basketball teams and schools, and everything is just ours, whereas nobody can ever feel like they can judge, question, nor take anything away from us. But I know we all start somewhere. But I just hate the fact that we are judged so crucial, and things can sometimes be altered or took away because we don't align with someone else's mission at times. And for me, I just think that your show is bigger than this station. Your show is bigger than so much more. You brought thousands of people from all around the world together to come and listen to you about what's in it for the black people and supporting that cause. So for me, I think it's bigger than all of that. I think one day we're going to find us a radio station with 98.5 or some crazy stuff and going to go buy us a station, and you're going to be able to go on there and do whatever you want to go on there and do, because what you're doing is empowering black people, and you're bringing us together and you're educating us. And that's something we already know, as many other callers have said, when it get like that, it don't matter what you want to call it. They're going to call you anti this. You're going to be all type of things before this journey is over with. But it's all because of the fact you're actually putting out that knowledge and you're educating folks, and they can't have that happening. So for me, I'm thankful to know you, and I'm just appreciate everything that you're doing. So I just had to come on in. I'm still going to be listening. It might be 3 o'clock when I'm rushing to get the babies out of school, but I'm still going to be tapping in to still listen to you. So I just wanted to call and say thank you. And yes, the door is open for you to come and read, and I hope I see you at our Father's March this year too.
Man, make sure we get the information. You got to come on the station and talk about it, right? So we can let people know. All right, y'all, that's Joe Williams, man, out there doing the father thing. I'm super excited to see people like him and Willie Preston. I'm not going to put my name on y'all because I don't want y'all to have to deny me at some point, right? Because part of that's part of the whole thing. Like, you know how you just don't want to put people in a position that's going to sometimes you don't want to know the answer, so you say, let me just jump on this before I have to watch you walk the plank on me. Let me just stop that. Let me just make sure you don't got to walk the plank on me. Let me just go ahead and jump on off this bad boy. Let me do it. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. It's our last 6 to 9 show. Last time in the morning. What you got for me?
Peace, family. This is Erica. How y'all doing?
Hey, sis. How you doing?
I'm good, King. A lot of people have already said what I wanted to say, so y'all forgive me if I ramble a bit. But Maze, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your platform. I've never, I told you this on the show, that I've never been into politics and politics. But the magic that you have in breaking it down, and getting out the message of what's important or what can be a problem. I respect it, without a doubt. And again, when my power is not strong in politics, I give thanks to the Most High for my spirit of serving the people in any capacity that I may have. So I will be, with you guys from 3 to 6. Monday through Friday. That'll be when I'm, picking up the babies from school. But I stand with you, King. I stand with you. If it is anything that I can do in my physical power, you got me. Just give me the word. I don't like to use being humble, but in this particular case, being humble is not just a one-time thing. We all stood together. We all was, on the show, and we can look at this as a moment of growth. I appreciate you and I respect you so much for holding yourself accountable as being the leader in this case. So it's not just a hit for you, and I'm certain that it wasn't easy for you, but at the same time, you have the full support. Without a doubt, I know for sure the Creator. We always talk about this hedge of protection. The Creator, without a doubt, our ancestors. Those that support you. You are not out here alone. That to me showed me the other day when you told us at 6:30 in the morning, and we was there at 7 o'clock at night. I've never felt so welcomed in a space the way that I have with the Whistable family. And so I will be there. Me and Eric will be there on Saturday. I appreciate you, King, so much. I won't fuss at you for not responding to my text messages. I saw you yesterday read it, but I ain't going to fuss with you.
So you don't fuss with me because can I tell you something? It's a lot of people. Let me just say this yesterday. And first of all, Erica, let me tell you thank you for calling and for always being supportive. And I tell you, whenever I see that Hey King, I'll be like, you talking to me? Who, me? Yesterday, hey guys, I don't know if everybody understands the full gravity, and I'm happy to talk to y'all at TP about kind of the choices that were presented. And I feel like as the man, as the person who is the leader of the ship, I'm not going to ever throw my people under the bus. I'm just not. I'm not. And if it's going to be something I can handle it. Now, I would hope that my audience, who I have tried to be an open book to on every situation, people be walking up to me talking about my life because I don't hide. I don't hide it. I don't sneak around. Man, we had a meeting. We come back, we can talk about it. Because I think what you should know is that there's never been a time that I've taken the experience and haven't used it to be able to make you better. But also, sometimes you can be selfish. It's a lot of I. I have to be we sometimes. And we ain't just the two people. We might be for the people that's been photographed in the meeting. We may be us talking and somebody shared a video that combined. Choices ain't always that simple, people. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We got anybody up there, Riis? Anybody call? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. What you got for me? Hello? Uh-oh. Caller. What you doing? Put that down. 2 to the 11 pass. Caller?
Hello.
Hey, caller.
Hey, Maze, how are you?
I'm all right. Who there?
This is Pastor George.
Hey, Pastor.
Listen, Maze, hey, Riis, how are you? Listen, I've been listening to your show for a while, and I've been trying to keep silent. If the Most High, first let me say shalom to you, brothers. If the Most High let me see the 23rd of this month, I'll be 61 years old. And I've been following politics since the age of 12 years old. I remember when Walter Barnett got in over in the 27th Ward. My brother-in-law was the 27th Ward committeeman. I have followed a lot of politicians, Curtis Foster and all of them, and Ed Smith and Danny Davis and Big Jim Thompson, Edgar and Ryan and Bill Henry and all of them when the wars broke out against Harold Washington when he passed away. We were in those fights. We were in backwards and forth to Springfield and Washington, D.C. and have been with Action Now as an advocate. Listen to me, it has not just been you, Mace, that they are attacking. They did it to Whoopi. They did it to Nick Cannon. You're not going to be the last they're going to do it to. But can I say this? If we want to go by their word and what they're saying, their own Bible tells us in Ecclesiastics that there is a time to hate. There's a time to embrace. A time to refrain from embracing. There's a time for war. So when they say that you're being Semitic and you're hating, I think you ought to put in that letter, well, there's a time for it. Because look what they did to us. They still hate us. They haven't gave us an apology. They haven't gave us a letter. And they still hating on us. If we look at our Constitution and at all of our brothers and sisters that are still incarcerated, that 15th, 14th, 15th Amendment tells us that once the felony, you catch a felony, that you are due slave wages. And we're revert back to slavery. We have so much to sit down and to think about. The things that they have taught us that is not even in our language, stole our heritage, stole our land, stole our birthrights. They have messed us around so many years. And brother, because you speak out, and because you stand tall, and because you are a king in what you do, they want to hold you accountable. They want you to apologize. And I think they should be apologizing to you because you're standing for us, first of all. They want to call us black. And brother, if I can get deep into it, which I know I really can, I'm going to meet up with you one day and we're going to sit down. There's no continent called black. There's no country called black. That's a color. And you know what? They don't know who we are, but we know who we are. Because if we look in the King James version of their Bible, it tells you that we're descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And if you look at those descendants and you go down that line, you'll find out that they were Hebrews. So now, how can we be black? I don't know if you looked at your skin lately, but I look at my skin, I see brown.
Brother,
I don't see.
So brother, I appreciate that, and I got much love and respect for that conversation, and that's a conversation we got to have at some point. Yeah, we'll have that conversation, but I want to give the people the opportunity because we got to wrap up. There are my calls on the phone. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. It's the last Maze Jackson show in the morning. Brother, I appreciate you. Thank you. Caller, you up. Caller?
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning.
So I need you to wave at me because that lady on Romper Room didn't never wave at me.
Stop. Don't be talking smack if you ain't. Don't come talking smack if you don't bring no lamb chops tomorrow. But that's okay. Go ahead.
Now look, so I was waiting for you to just not to mention the lamb chops. If you keep these lamb chops in my name in your mouth, I need the whole audience to know that Maze and I are going head to head on some lamb chops. Not going to be tomorrow, but we going to do it.
We are going to do it. We're going to do it right outside, and I'm going to win.
Good morning, Riis. So,
morning.
You know, when we would drive from, because, you know, I moved from Cleveland, Ohio to Chicago.
Okay.
And we would drive from Ohio to Arkansas, and I would say, Daddy, why does the sign say, welcome to Ohio, welcome to Illinois, welcome to Tennessee, welcome to Arkansas? But it says, welcome to Chicago. It should say, welcome to Illinois. And he would say, baby, ain't nothing in Illinois but Chicago. And I grew up with the family here in Chicago, thinking to myself, Chicago was the best city, the most amazing city. And my daddy would break down to me how complex Chicago is. And you, Maze, just even in this week, I can't go back through all the history because I know you might have some other callers, but the things that I have learned from listening to your show, as somebody who doesn't really know Chicago, have been profound. And when you read those comments and you have words in there like misogyny and anti-Semitic, and I as a human to another human, I know that when you read things that people write about you, or when you hear what people say about you, and you think to yourself, because you know you're not that way. Maze, I know you're not that misogynistic. I know you're not that way. So what I encourage you to do on Feel Good Friday is make sure you do something that makes you feel good. I hope that knowing that you impact lives on a daily basis, my life, and I think about Maze Jackson, I just want you to know that there are people out here who care about you, who love you, who want all positive energy flowing to you, because we know that you're going to continue to ask what's in it for the Black people. And we thank you. I see you at 3. I'm glad I don't have to get up at 5:55 on Monday. And I'll see you on the 3 o'clock show.
Thank you so much. Hey, to Michael Jones, there's a clip that comes from. It's an audio. It's a video clip I'm just responding to your comment when you talk about who you think is coming next. There's an audio clip that essentially says that. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Who else we got? Reese, we got more callers on the thing? What's up, caller? You on the Maze Jackson Show?
What's up, man? This is Pat B.
What's up, Pat B? How you feeling, man? I don't know. Have you called before?
No, Maze. This is Patrick Brutus, man. This is my first time calling you, man.
Oh, what's up, Pat? You said Pat B, man. You gotta say Patrick Brutus, fellow former Illini contrarian extraordinaire. What's up, my brother? How you feeling,
There
man?
it goes. Hey, man. Listen, bro. It sounds like a funeral on this call. I don't know what's going on. I missed the news. I'm not in real time with you. I tried to find some stuff about this topic. I'm out of free articles on the Tribune, so I haven't had a chance to read up. But listen, man, listen.
Go ahead.
Listen, man, we should be celebrating your resiliency to continue staying in the game on this media tip. I remember you brought me, Mullins, and Bob Israel over to WBON on your Sunday nighttime show. That was where True Squad was born. And ever since then, you've moved from various platforms. Man, dude, you're still on the air, right?
Right.
Okay, you're still on the air. We will hear your contribution. We will hear your perspective. We will hear your analysis. And I think we should just be happy. You're moving to a different time slot. You're showing your resiliency. And, I don't know about all this funeral. Man, it sounds like somebody died up in here, man. And I'm tripping because you're still alive, right?
Yep, I'm here.
You're still making money, right?
Yep.
You still got your family, right?
You're right.
Okay, so it's all
I got
good.
a dog for him to wag the tails. Right, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Your girl's still running around. Everything is good, right? Okay, man. So let's celebrate. Woo! I can't take it, man. Everybody sounds like they're having a Maze Jackson funeral. Maze is still on the air, y'all. He's right there. We watching him on TV. Okay, brother.
I appreciate
man, so congratulations. Hey, I told you when I saw you last time. I saw you 2 weeks ago. I told you, what I said to you was what I said to you in confidence, and I still believe that same principle, right?
Right.
And I won't say on the air. I'll text you, man. But just never forget, stay hard, be resilient, keep winning, keep shining, keep doing your thing. Black people have to show our power no matter how and when and where they try to take it. You're on top of your triangle. I've always stood back in amazement. This is my first time calling, man. So just want you to, appreciate that. I'm always watching in the background. I make my little comments, but I'm watching. Always been, supportive of your ministry, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't let these guys take you down. I'll read up on the issue, and I'll probably text you later. But this is all good, man. It's a day to celebrate. Let's celebrate. Monday, 3:00. We'll all try to tune in, and you keep moving, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
That's what I appreciate, Patrick Brutus. You gotta stay off Brian Mullins' page. Could be saying crazy stuff too. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody up there, Reese? Any callers? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Hello, Maze.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. This is Robert. Hey, man, I just want to say, man, I'm actually very mad. But this is Tell Me Something Good Friday. But I'm just very mad and frustrated that you had to take this whooping or spanking by whoever you want to call them. People, our enemy, our bully, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I just think that you have to take this. And it just sucks being in last place so that we got to take this. But with that being said, though, just Tell Me Something Good Friday. And this is where I want to acknowledge you because it seems like you've seen this coming from a mile away. You've seen it. And that's why you created your own space. That's why you created the place, the TP, our meeting ground, so that we can talk freely. I need to show up, but you created that space. You own your own space on this on the media, and you're not going to let them, in a sense, run you off.
yeah, I guess the message may have to change or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to be here to support you and to see it through. But I just like how you're handling it as a leader and just willing to take accountability in the public space, not to speak for you and saying that like anything crazy. But, man, I just appreciate everything and how you're doing this. And you've already saw that they were going to come from you. You created spaces and avenues where you can continue to stand on your own, like you said, with TP and this platform. So that's the good thing. So thank you. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm here to support you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm gonna tell y'all, man. These calls do actually mean, and they are. You know, there isn't a